You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
And this is Saturday, December 15th, and you have indeed entered Overtime, the busiest little business venture this side of Santa's workshop this time of year. The one caveat, we don't arbitrarily discriminate on the basis of naughtiness. We've got presents for everyone, and we're going to deliver them in 30 minutes rather than the 24 hours the jolly old elf allots himself. So advantage this guy right here. And boy, do we have an advantageous slate tonight. Our highlight barrage begins with the marquee bout at the Rumble on the River, a rematch of basketball superpowers. In fact, Columbia Rockbridge came in tonight ranked number 1 in the state in Class 5A girls basketball. What would shake down tonight between the Lady Raiders and the Lady Bruins? Let us take you to the highlights right here. Eric Orange team looking to avenge themselves to a loss to the Bruins last year on this very floor. Started off on a great note. Kristen Gengenbacher with a take. Up strong to score the first points of the ball game. However, Rockbridge would answer. The Bruins going to Hannah Dressler. Boy, this was a tatted up group of girls, too. Every one of them with tattoos. I don't know why I mentioned that, but they were kind of fierce looking. And there goes the take from Dressler, answered by the Mizzou recruit right there, Jordan Frericks. And then it's Kristen Gengenbacher again from the outside. It's an 8-2 lead early for the Lady Raiders. Tony Stilla, the hardest working guy there tonight. Harder working than everybody. Giving encouragement to the Lady Raiders. The Rockbridge Bruins, though, trying to answer. Great take right there. By the way, Tony Stilla's mom, don't make him clean the garage after a 3-hour practice. Rockbridge going again and attacking right here. This time, it's Audrey Holt with the take. And Rockbridge right back into this first quarter, except that Q&D would end up answering the first frame on an 11-0 run in this one. Kristen Gengenbacher with the finish at the other end off the feed from Cassidy. Great take right there. Then it's Mary Beth Hugenberg. I didn't know she had this to her game. Long range 3, as I mentioned, an 11-0 run, and the Lady Raiders would be up 19-6 at the end of the first quarter. It got tight. It got contentious, but Quincy Notre Dame finds a way to get it done. A huge, huge win for the Lady Raiders as they knock off the number 1 team in big school Missouri basketball tonight. 47-42 is your final. Hugenberg, Kristen Gengenbacher, big, big nights for those girls who have come of age and certified themselves outstanding players. Meanwhile, across town tonight, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? The Quincy Blue Devils. Blue's their favorite color, and they would watch their team try to avenge themselves for a loss last year against Monrose. This is Martell Hunter, and he might be the most athletic kid this side of the state. Outstanding running back. He's got some basketball skills as well. The Quincy High answering in this one. Luka Radovich from the top of the key had 9 first-half points to lead his team in scoring, and then from deep, deep, deep from the outside, Mason Fairley bombs the 3 as well. Blue Devils up at the half. They're going to try to weather the storm here as Mr. Gillen, outstanding three-point shooter, knocks down that triple there. Back come the Blue Devils in this one. Connor Mellon posting up in the blocks between 2 defenders, gets that to fall. Then it's Martin Kvitley. Didn't have a great offensive first half. Look at the take right here. Gets to the rack like he's Tyreek Evans right there. No one can stop him. Lift and aggressive. More to come right here. Lincoln Elby off the great whip pass right there from Connor Mellon. Great run in the third quarter here for the Blue Devils, who assert themselves to a 7-point lead. Again, it's Hunter trying to answer. Spinorama move. Good for him there. Too much of the Blue Devils, though, as they would finish strong. Barnell Thomas spinning away and getting the bucket to fall. And the Blue Devils and their fans had reason to dance tonight, picking up the big victory tonight in ugly sweaters, no less. 60-52 would be your final in this one. Other scores to pass along on the night. Liberty Payson, or I should just say Liberty. It's Liberty on the boys' side. Liberty a winner over Central tonight, 46-38. Big night for Michael Blewett, who had 21 points in the victory for the Eagles. And Waverly tonight, just to give you some idea of how good that Winchester Invitational is going to be. Waverly and Route both ranked in the top 4 in that one. Waverly beats Route tonight by 10, 54-44. No small measure, especially when that game was at Jacksonville tonight. Back to the Rumble on the River. It was the battle of sensei versus student, teacher versus student. That's Andy Anderson, and that's Matt Pugh. They used to coach together early on. The Tigers got out of the gate a little bit quicker. Tyler Neiman, great first quarter in this one. In fact, he beats the buzzer to give his team the lead right here by 4 at the end of 1. Actually, by 3. It was 13-10 at that point. Hannibal, though, gets its footing in a second. Mitch Nichols from the outside with a 3. Mitch Nichols, outstanding running back. This is an interception for him as well, and he couldn't do that again if he tried. Beautiful bucket for Mr. Nichols right there. He was feeling it with the felony and the freebie, but back comes the answer. Durst case scenario. Steal and spinorama by Cameron Durst, returning the favor. Still, Hannibal would take the lead in the half. as Dylan Powell goes up strong, gets the bucket. Third quarter, though, would belong to the Canton Tigers. Right here, it's Gabe McKenzie. Strong tape for the young sophomore. Then Brandon Bearhorst. A couple of pretty moves. This was all in succession. About a 7-0 run right here that really Hannibal could never recover from. Oh, look at this. Beautiful stuff right there by David McReynolds as he gets the take, and then a pretty one. Sensational 7 style right here for Brandon Bearhorst as he's going to finish this off with a beautiful run right there, spinning and contorting and getting that bucket to fall. It would be Canton getting the victory tonight over Hannibal 70-61. Sensei 1, student nothing, although Andy Anderson said it was really tough to coach tonight against his good friend. Meanwhile, on the late shift tonight, West Hancock and Louisiana just got wrapped up minutes ago in the 9:15 game at the Rumble on the River. Parker Gibbs having a night. He was just hitting the boards and doing it relentlessly in this game. More from Gibbs, this time getting the pass from Paxton Harmon, spinning off contact. Tristan Castiglia, nobody from Louisiana could stop that kid. Final seconds of the first quarter, it's Paxton Harmon pulling up and scoring 13-2 after 1. This game just went final, the final in favor of West Hancock in a rather big fashion in this one. 53-17 was your final on the night. The one game I could not make it back to in time at the Rumble on the River, Western, which didn't lead until the fourth quarter, beats Clopton 32-31. Western really injured, flu-ridden right now. Great gritty effort tonight from Pat Rafferty's team, led by Toby Vincent, who had, 10 points in that ball game for the victorious Wildcats. Let's get you some bonus coverage from last night. Jacksonville taking on Glenwood, both teams undefeated in the Central State 8, and this was going to be fun last night. 60th anniversary of maybe my favorite basketball venue anywhere, the Bowl. We'll start you off with some Josh Peak getting Division I looks. This is why. The big fella back is healthy. Great take, the and one, bucket, Band-Aid, and three-point play. Then it would be Mr. Peak to Dalton Keene. Oh, the big tight end can hit a baseline jumper as well. Glenwood, though, led by 5 at the half. Oh, things were about to get rocky in this one. It's El Presidente. Andy Jackson up and under. The Crimsons would take their first lead of the half, up 1. Less than a minute to play. The Crimsons still up 1. Peyton Allen, he too a Division I recruit, getting looked at by everyone. Look at that follow-away jumper. That is Kobe-esque right there. Oh, my goodness, great stuff right there. But Glenwood up by 2 at this point. Mr. Peak going to answer this one with the drive and the three-point play. Makes the field goal, so it's a 1-point Jacksonville lead. 30 seconds to play. Oh, it would be Peyton Allen hitting a free throw. Glenwood back up 1 at that point. Jacksonville, though, gets it and goes to work. Peak going to streak by Jackson. The layup missed, but he's going to get fouled on this shot coming up the other direction, as you see right there. He'll make the second free throw to tie the game, and that, my friends, would send this thing to overtime. Although, at the end of regulation, if you see the free throw right here, Peyton Allen had a chance to win this thing as time expired, but the 3 is going to end up going off the back iron, so we're going to extra time. Jacksonville still with a chance to win it. You see 4 seconds left. Peyton Allen, he's not going to get any oxygen, though, although that's still a pretty darn good look. We go to overtime, and it's all Jacksonville in the extra frame. It's Mr. Peak again. Peak performance in this one. Oh, he's slicing up the Glenwood D right here, lays it in. The Titans don't score in the OTE. Big, big win for J.R. Dugan and the Crimsons last night as they get it done. 52-46. Congratulations to the Crimsons, who look awfully, awfully good to start this season. Well, it's time to put this newfound cachet to good use for Culver Stockton. Jack Schrader has rebuilt his team. They've become something special. But tonight, the ultimate litmus test, the number 11 team in the country, Mount Mercy, rolled into the Chuck tonight. We take you to the Joe Charles Fieldhouse. This game started off rather strangely, though, rather ugly for Culver Stockton. They'd be down by 15 points in the first half. Mario Gully, though, starts the de-icing process. Great 3 for him. Then it's James Johnson, reigning Hack Player of the Week. Oh, that's feathery, and that's good. Another 3, cutting that lead down to 12 at that point. Jermaine Jones going to work this right here. Marshawn Norris going to create for him. And, oh, look at the little slip move right there. Beautiful stuff at that point. And then the comeback hits full steam late in the half. As I told you, 12 minutes, all Mount Mercy. Last 8 minutes, beautiful flourish, larceny, and layup at the other end for Houdini, Marshawn Norris. More of James Johnson first. We'll show you him. Fadeaway jumper, that's pretty. But the big key in this first half, the comeback, and in the win for Culver Stockton. And yes, I said win. This guy, Austin Keaton, with the 3. He was lights out at the end of the first half, leading the comeback. More from Keaton right here. Pull up 3. He's got that in the repertoire. More from Keaton. I told you, down 16 in the first half. This comeback was ridiculous by the Wildcats as they come all the way back with a beautiful stuff right there. Keaton not done. He's going to get the swoop and the swipe right here at the other end to make this a 1-point game, and then his team's going to take a 1-point lead at the end of the half thanks to Mr. Johnson right here with the long shot right there. James Johnson getting that done. Culver Stockton pulls off the big victory. This certifies these guys as absolutely for real. They win 74-71. Great win for Jack Schrader and the crew. Get yourself out there to see these guys. They are fun incarnate. Buy a ticket. Good stuff. Also, great day all the way around for Culver Stockton. The women big winners over Mount Mercy as well. 76-61, your final in that ball game. And we're just getting started here. When we come back, we'll hit the mats in Fort Madison for one of the best wrestling matchups of the entire year, plus the rest of your Rumble on the River highlights coming up as overtime continues.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. With all the focus on basketball today, it was easy to forget that there was pretty significant gatherings of great grapplers, especially in Fort Madison this morning. We take you there, and we will start off with the host team. You're looking at 120-pounder Chase Sini, currently ranked 9th in 3A by the Predicament. He's got the leg, and this is going to be an easy takedown for Sini, but he's just messing around because moments later, Chase is going to pick up the pinfall win. Great stuff at 120. Fort Madison, the Hounds, also have a great 113-pounder Bryce Meyer, ranked 5th in the state. Here he gets his man to the ground, the takedown for 2. Then he's going to earn another takedown. Bit of a machine today. Meyer building a comfortable lead. He's going to end up winning this match on points today by a 9-4 margin. That's why Bryce Meyer is so very good as well. Great showing there. But the best of the Fort Madison Hounds, maybe their 132-pounder. We showed you him once already this season. That is Christian Dunn, and he is ridiculous. Rolls himself into the advantage right here. Waits it out, and then finally gets the shoulders to the ground for the pinfall win. Christian Dunn ranked 5th right now in 3A at 132 pounds. Again, all of these rankings courtesy of the Iowa website, The Predicament. Speaking of state ranked, the big fella, 285-pounder Alex Goss of Keokuk, ranked 7th in 3A at this point. You know what? He's just going to do what he does. Physically overwhelm people. Goss already's got his guy down, just going to get the he's going to get the Nelson in right there. Just hook the shoulder, turn the kid over, and when he gets you like that, you're pretty much done for. Alex Goss with a pinfall victory there. Let's move to the Illinois side of things here as we've got more highlights from here. We're going to show you, this is Will Lucy, true freshman, 106 pounds state ranked. You're going to find out why right here. Ranked 9th in 1A. Will quickly gains the advantage, throws his man down right here. He's just an absolute monster. Will with the pinfall victory. Boy, he's a kid you could see get to multiple state tournaments. Nice to finally get a chance to see Will. The last time we tried to catch him, had a concussion. He looks like he's fully healed right there as West Hancock's got some kids. They've got some kids who can wrestle, most of them named Lucy. Jack Lucy, big brother at 126, ranked 3rd in 1A. Picked up several points early. Takedown machine in this one. Going to roll his kid into a position where he nearly got some back points out of this. I don't know that he actually secured the count or not. Certainly looks like he might have got close, but eventually it's going to be it's going to be Jack getting the pinfall. Both Jack Lucy and Will Lucy today were the respective champions of their weight classes at 106, 126. We didn't hear any other finals, so apologies, we can't pass along any, but West Hancock certainly showing all that promise we talked about. Got some more wrestling things to tell you about right here. Now, first of all, I want to talk about Quincy High today. Going back, we'll come back to camera. That's fine. You can come back to camera with me. We'll talk about Quincy High School today if we can. Can we stop the highlights? There you go. We'll talk about Quincy High School today, finishing 4th in the 18-team Mascoutah tournament. Dakota Downs at 170, winning the individual championship at that one at 126. Congratulations to Michael Peters, who finished 2nd on the day, and Trevor Schutte finished 2nd on the day as well, as did Jaden Sumi at 220 pounds. Also want to talk about the Fort Zumwalt Invitational Tournament, where Hannibal today finishes 3rd as a team. 3 weight class champions. They would be Chandler Fowey at 113, Tyler Janes at 132, and the big fella Jake Borgmeyer at 285. And also Quincy Notre Dame today. Great showing at the Clinton tournament, finishing 5th today. Two champions there for the Raiders, Jeff Haley at 195 pounds and Gage Stevens at 120. A second place finish today by Darren Stevens at 138. Now let's do some more Iowa basketball now. Central East State ranked today, taking on a very, very salty Mount Pleasant squad. The Hawks scored just 12 points in the first half, trailed by 13 through 2 quarters, and then they got hot. Maybe they spotted Mount Pleasant too much, but when you've got this kind of firepower, maybe not. Reagan Shockley, the freshman, helps erase the deficit there with the long three, makes it an 11-point game. Then it's the super distributor, Tracy Keller, out to Shockley again, who hits yet another three. How about Bailey McCoy? She's picked up her game a ton this season. She's going to come up, post up, and score in the low blocks right here. Big shot coming up here from Keller as well. Throws the inbounds pass, gets in the corner, and hits the three. The Hawks get to within one after that huge deficit, but can't ever get over that margin. They end up losing a heartbreaker today. Their second loss of the season, 53-50 is your final there. The rivalry game, meanwhile, just up the road in Fort Madison. Holy Trinity Fort Madison girls going at it. It's going to be Sarah Steffensmeyer early on, putting Fort Madison on top 2-0 in this one as she hits the open jump shot right there. Holy Trinity want to answer back. It's Rachel Kemker, who at numerous times this season has stepped up very nicely for Jay Baldwin's crew. You will see her go to work in the blocks, turn around, spin move, and knock that down. Then Caitlin Frazee is going to connect from the baseline as well. Unfortunately, I can't tell you who won this game because we did not get a final score at any point. So if somebody has that, pull it in now. We'll get it on the air before the end of overtime. We shall hope. Meanwhile, a couple of scores to pass along today. Got to talk to you about the week Vanessa Markert, the super sophomore from Brown County, has had. She had 32 more points today. That gives her 102 points this week in just 3 games. Do the math. I think that works out to 34 points a game or something roughly akin to that. She has just been absolutely dominant. Good player. Fun player to watch, and she's just barely scratching the surface of her enormous talents. Good for her. Nice week for Vanessa Markert and the resurgent Brown County Hornets. Also today, West Hancock felled at home by Midwest Central. We tried to shoot some of this game. Unfortunately, we got there a little late, so we do apologize. Midwest Central, the winner in this game. Very balanced effort in the loss for West Hancock. Carly Runge, one of 3 Titans with 9 points on the day. Macomb today felled by that Unity machine. I think Unity's now 11-1 on the season. And they've got different leading scorers every time you turn around. Today it was Maggie Bowles, the Steelmeister. Well, she was doing it today with some scoring. She had 20 points to lead her team to victory. Also today, Macon felled by Kirksville on the road at Kirksville. 41-45 was your final there. We've got more from the Rumble on the River. Illini West taking on undefeated Silex, which means Grant Supernaut, the former John Wood coach, got to go home today. His Chargers were down 11 at the half. Then they woke up. Gracie Foster, great take right here, going strong. More to come on the inside. Elise Trout through the double team, kind of just heaves up the shot put ball. It falls. But you know what? IW today had no answer for that young lady. Number 15, Natalie Fleming, good point guard, even better softball player. Knox County can attest to this. She's actually pledged Division I to Mizzou. Great take by the point guard there. It helps when you get that kind of pick as well. Gracie trying to bring some things back here. Look at the steal she gets on Fleming right here. Just fighting it right there. And eventually it would be Elise Trout getting it on the other end, but Fleming finished with 28 points today. IW loses 55-52 your final. If they got any kind of start, Illini West might have won this game. Keokuk taking on Miller Career Academy today. Mike Davis's team taking on a very gifted team with 2 Division I signees and 2 kids who could end up in the area playing JUCO ball. Bella Lozano-Dobbs not impressed. She's going to take it right at those girls. Gets the 3 early. And Rachel Dunlap doing what she does. She's got outside game. Meanwhile, the worst tug of war in the history of tug of wars going on in the stands. You're missing a good first half as Keokuk hanging in this game. More from Dunlap as she's going to come around and spin off contact, get the kiss off the window, and then Lakin Bolt's going to hit a 3. Unfortunately for Keokuk, good first half could not be matched with a good second half. Miller Career Academy today gets the win 55-37. Central girls, Canton girls going at it as well. Matt Long's team looking for a win, and they're looking to Erin Flessner. She's going to miss early, but she didn't miss a whole lot in this ball game. She'll miss here. Madison Steinkamp going to help her teammate out with the offensive rebound, kick it back. This time Flessner will not miss. She had 14 points in the game. Allison Phillips, though, trying to keep Canton alive in this game in the early going. She is a tough, tough young lady. Through the tall timber right there, gets one to fall. Then Brittany Bearhorst, oh, she's not too bad either. You saw Brandon Bearhorst earlier with some nifty moves. This isn't too shabby as well for Miss Brittany. Going up strong, eventually getting her own rebound and putting that back in. Too many answers, though, from Central in this game. Dakota Limpcomb outside, the Southeastern product, great golfer. She's got a pretty good stroke from the outside as well. She knocks that home for the 3. Then it's Emma Deary right here with the steal. She's going to miss the other end of this, but Erin Flessner had 14 points in the day, going to clean that up and help give her team the victory today. Final count in this one in favor of Central Southeastern, 48-29. One more for you from the Rumble on the River. Shelby Dunn and the Clopton Lady Hawks in town taking on Father Tolton. And not the priest, the school. That would be certainly something special. Meanwhile, right off the bat, it is the aforementioned Shelby Dunn from the outside, knocking down the long 3. Then Brittany Hamilton getting into the act as well. She's going to find her way into the lane. Jump stop and the jumper to follow as well. Spencer Hicks having a nice game as well. She's going to clean up the missed 3 right here and put that back up and in. Clopton today with a win. Big time win after trailing by 1 at the half. Clopton just a uproarious second half. 61-45 was your final there. And we've got more when we come back, including your Con Communications Connection of the Week. And it is time now for our latest Con Communication Connection nominee for the month of December. Here's the deal. We put up 4 outstanding sports couplings for your perusal, and at the end of the month, you get a chance to vote for the best of the lot. And as an incentive for you to vote, anyone who participates in the process becomes eligible to win a prize package from Con Communication. We've had 2 good ones. This might be the best of the lot. From last night, Palmyra and Unity going at it. Brock Butler, great bucket towards the end of the half, but look at Thomas Donley with the answer from 3-quarter court. Are you kidding me? We've had 2 of these in a week now. Donley with your Con Communication Connection nominee for the month of December, and that's going to be tough to beat, although he's got pretty good competition. As you look, pretty good competition so far from a couple of really outstanding people, including the outstanding wrestler Trevor Roth from Keokuk, who had that outstanding pin last week, and other goodies as well.